Welcome back, first graders. Today we're going to be reading a story that's going to help us think about things that we notice and wonder about plants. The plant that we're going to be looking at today is an acorn. So we're going to be reading the story In a Nutshell by Joseph Anthony, illustrated by Chris Arbo. In this story, I want you to think about what journey does the acorn go on? Does he stay an acorn forever? Or does he turn into something new? Let's get started. In a Nutshell by Joseph Anthony. Dawn sparkled on the great forest. High in the treetops, plump acorns were leaving their sunlit homes and falling into the darkness below. One little acorn wanted to stay in the light forever, but it soon lost its grip and it fell too. A moment later, it landed with a thump and lay still. The forest floor was very, very dark. Somewhere deep inside, the acorn knew it must go back to the sunlight. It would have to break free of its shell and become bigger than it was. So, when the season was right, the acorn burst open. It pushed its root and its stem and stretched itself into a tiny sapling. The sapling took food from the wet soil. It soaked up every drop of light its tiny leaves could reach, and they grew a little more each day. As days passed into years, the sapling discovered that becoming an oak wasn't easy. Hungry mouths nibbled at it, and vines choked it. Sometimes it was icy cold, and other times it was burning hot. Hard times helped make the sapling strong, and it grew into a tree. Yet even the strongest trees weren't safe from everything. Still, it kept growing, and it reached for the sun. Years passed. What once was a small acorn became the tallest tree in the forest, with deep roots and sturdy branches. Countless leaves touched the sunlight and turned that light into life that filled the tree until it flowed over. So what did our acorn turn into? Yeah, a tree. Nice job. It dropped acorns of its own, giving life to little oak trees and food to forest creatures. To many, the tree gave a home. But when it was an old and tired tree, its limbs and roots were rotten, and the mighty tree could grow no more. Its life as an oak tree was almost over. The only way for it to become bigger than it once was now was to die. When the tree fell, its crash shook the whole forest. Worms and bugs took the tree's life and returned it to the soil. Finally, the tree became a pile of rich, dark earth. No one remembered that it once was a living tree, grown from an acorn. It seemed that the oak tree was gone forever when another tree was planted there. The life of the oak was passed over to the soil of a new tree, a cherry tree. When the cherry tree grew up, birds ate the fruit, scattering cherry seeds, and new life grew throughout the forest. Until the life of the little acorn became a part of everything. All right, that's the end of our story today, boys and girls. Thank you so much for reading with me. If you would like to comment below about what you learned about the acorn's journey, please post on your Seesaw app. You can have your parents type it for you or a family member, or you can send me a picture of what you noticed. So you can draw a picture of it and send it my way. Thank you so much for listening today.